Hello viewers, so welcome back to my channel. If you have been following me for a long time, then you would be able to notice the change in the form of videos and change in the quality of videos. Well, what is it then? What is the change you have noticed so far? Yes, you guessed it correctly. It's basically a smart board. So of late, I have been giving a lot of thought process behind procuring this smart board. So I would like to thank you sincerely for being such a lovely audience, and thanks for subscribing to my channel, liking my videos and constantly motivating me, because of which finally I am able to muster up the courage and guts to procure this smart board for my teaching videos and for my YouTube channel. And I'm really very excited to let you know that I'm going to use this smart board for my upcoming teaching videos. So this video is going to be a very short video where I would explain what this smart board is all about and how this is going to help me and teachers alike for creating their own brand, for creating their own teaching videos, YouTube content and whatnot. So let's gear up, and without wasting much time, let's get started. Thank you so much. So this basically is a smart board which I have procured recently. So let's start with some basic specifications. Its size is 65 inches and it's having 4 GB RAM and 32 GB ROM. Right, so first thing first, why 65 inches and not 75 inches? There are few conditions which I kept in mind. For example, first one is obviously the budget. So if your budget supports a 75-inch smartboard, you are free to go for a 75-inch smartboard. The second condition obviously is your room size. So we all know that this particular condition is going to be a major factor while deciding the size of your smartboard. Because if I purchase a 75-inch smartboard and I don't have a wall where I could mount it, then it is not of use, right? So that is why, based upon these two conditions, based upon these two reasons, I opted for a 65-inch smartboard and not a 75-inch smartboard. Fine. Few things to keep in mind. There is one more size available, that is 55 inches. But I would strictly not recommend this because, as you can see, for a 65-inch smartboard, you have to zoom a bit. But if I go for the 55-inch smartboard, I will have to zoom a lot on the screen, and what it does is it leaves very little space for you to move around and write something on the smartboard. So in short, the canvas size reduces. That is why I would say go for at least a 65-inch smartboard. If your budget permits, you can even go for a 75-inch one. But if your budget is short, or if you are having very little space in your room which can fit a 65-inch but not a 75-inch smartboard, then go for a 65-inch version. So this was all about the introduction of this particular smartboard. Let me show something what you can do as a teacher, right, on a smartboard. There are multiple smartboards available. There are multiple brands available in the market. I have purchased this from a brand called Cornea. And let me clarify one thing, I am not promoting or affiliating their brand anyhow, anyway. I am just sharing my experience. I have purchased this from Amazon. I can even provide the links on Amazon, right? I have purchased a 65-inch version because that suits my requirements. You can even go for a larger size variant as well, right? So you can try out multiple brands. I tried this particular brand and I liked its performance. This is totally my experience. I have purchased this product from this particular brand. You can opt for any brand, any favorite brand of yours, right? So this was just an introduction to how my future teaching videos on my channel is going to be. For example, it makes life very easy for teachers for subjects involving diagrams, where it becomes very difficult to add or insert shapes, right? So we can do that freehand using a smart board, right? And it's very easy because if you make any mistakes, you can simply use the eraser and erase it off. In the same way, you can use multiple colors for multiple things to show, right? For example, I am showing this with black ink. Similarly, I can make use of a different color ink and I can show it like this. Fine. So that's how simple life becomes for a teacher if you are having access to a smartboard. The same thing can be done on a traditional whiteboard also. You must have seen my previous videos on a whiteboard as well. But now as we are progressing further, so I thought let's invest in something better. Let's invest in something good which obviously in the future run is going to help me out. So thank you so much for being such a lovely audience, and thanks for subscribing to my channel. If you have not yet done, kindly do so, because we are going to bring many more such videos on teaching, on e-learning, and of course technology. So thanks a lot. Take care. God bless you all.